is already filed. And we will be good to go here. A little rainy here in Portland. That's where we're at right now. Portland. We'll be flying Portland to Spokane, Washington. That's a flight I've never done before. And then from Spokane over to Boeing Field. Another flight I haven't done before. So yeah. Haven't done much Pacific Northwest stuff in the sim yet, so this should be pretty exciting. Got ortho covering the whole state of Washington here, as well as some good custom airport sceneries along the way. Talk about that later. Hotstart TBM 900, one of my favorite airplanes in the sim. Super fun to fly. Really well made airplane. Guys over there at Hotstart did an incredible job with this thing. We'll do a battery start this time. No need to lollygag here on the ground. We'll get the engine fired up and then pick up our clearance, so we're not burning the batteries. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get that crash bar up. Battery switch comes on. We'll throw the nav light while we're up there. And we're just waiting for everything to come alive. Turn that off for a second. Beautiful. Alright, once we get this screen, we can double check our nav database. We're good till April 2020. 23rd, that is. And everything looks good here. Enter. Get rid of those warnings.
Aural warning, okay.
Thank you. For some reason, our flaps are down, which they should not be. But we will go ahead and leave them down as to not kill the batteries putting them up. So let's go ahead and get this thing fired up. Turn the fuel on the right side. Actually, we'll go the left side as there is a little more fuel on the left. So we'll put that like so. Condition levers cut off. Bleed, AC's all off. Switches over here, everything's off, so we're good to go ahead and start. All that's turned off, so let's go. Let's be quiet. Let me just take a quick look. Yep. Alright, so for the TBM, no issues with crank and everything. The sounds in this plane were designed to kind of be cranked, so to speak. The airplane really does sound good if you can tolerate the sound. As loud as you can make it, really. So, okay, back to the fuel pump. Turn that up just a little bit here. Alright, ignition auto. Crank that starter. ITT is below 150, so we can go ahead and introduce fuel. We're above 13%. NG, there's low idle. Watching for those hot starts and or hung starts. ITT's up and peaking 727. NG's coming up, no hung start. There he goes, phase 2. Leave. Alright, that's all stable. Get that fuel pump off. Get the gen on, and we'll go high idle. Unfeather the prop. I always forget the parking brake. That should have been set before. Our RPM's coming up. Good deal. We've got a good start. Alright, auto fuel select is coming on, and the autopilot and trims, of course, are on as well. Ignition stays to auto, generator's on. We can bring those flaps up now. Bleeds to auto, AC to auto. Inertial separator coming on. We'll watch for that in just a moment here. Flaps are coming up. We'll work on those trims. Get all that squared away. Rudder, aileron, all looks good. Okay. Let's get some comms here. Let's go find Portland clearance. Portland clearance is going to be 120.125. Get that set up there. We'll get ground while we're at it. Ground 0.9. There's our inertial separator. Okay. Sync up the throttle too. Portland clearance. See how busy that network is tonight. Alright, got my 4-flight scratch pad here ready. We'll pick up our clearance to Spokane. Portland clearance, good evening, TBM 71 Tango Bravo IFR to Spokane.
There's 71 Tango Bravo, Portland clearance, cleared to Spokane Airport, Portland with departure, red vectors, battleground, stand as filed. Climb and maintain 6,000, departure frequencies 124.35, squawk 1567.
Alright, we're cleared over to Spokane, Portland 1, vectors battleground as filed, maintains 6,000, departures on 2435, squawk 1567, 1 Tango Bravo.
TBM 1 Bravo, read back correct.
Alright, get the squawk code in here. That's 1567. Squawk altitude. We're at a Class Charlie Airport. We were told to maintain 6,000. We'll get that set up next. And then we'll start working on our flight plan here. So we're at Portland. We want procedures.
Welcome back.
Departure. Portland 1. And that'll be
I'm also with you.
let's verify a runway in use. Check the winds here.
I'm with you.
That's interesting. I'm guessing it'll be the well, here's how I can check. Stand by. We're gonna check the digital ATIS here. You can do that on your phone if you didn't know with Pilotedge. Alright, they're using the 10s, so we'll expect 10 left. Easily changed though, we can change that on the way out. Alright, vector, and then we're going to battleground. That's BT, Bravo Tango Golf. Battleground, rest of our flight plan here. Takes us over to the PAPS intersection. To Zoomer for the Zoomer 1 arrival. So now we'll actually put in our arrival airport first, so the G1000 knows what we're talking about, and then we can go procedures, arrival, Zoomer 1. Interesting. I see. So here's what we can do. We can just select, we'll select EPH here, and then we'll just delete it from the flight plan. Oh, that's not right.
4708 November, northbound ground is cleared to Corvallis Airport, northbound 7 departure. Scotty transition, then as filed. Climb maintain 7000.
Abstract zoomer. Alright.
Departure frequency
There we
Seattle
go.
Center
Jeez.
121.4 for squawk 2251.
Kind of freaked me out. Alright. Portland 1 departure is just going to have us on the heading of 103 and expect a vector. So it'll be, let's see, we'll dial that in here. Heading 103, and we're up to 6,000. Easy peasy. We can go flaps to the takeoff position.
08 November, read back correct.
And I think we're just about ready to go here. We can grab the, read through that ATIS one more time. Actually, I'll play the ATIS so everybody can hear it. ATIS 2835.
Altimeter 2998. Arriving and departing runways 10 left, 10 right. Visual approaches in use. Simultaneous approaches to parallel runways in use. VFR departures contact clearance delivery, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Notice to airmen. ILS runway 10 left approach out of service. Runway 321 closed. Read back all runway assigns and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Alpha.
Alpha.
Portland International Airport. ATIS information Alpha. 0153 Zulu. Wind 190 at 7. Visibility 10. 3,500 scattered. Ceiling 5,000 broken. 8,000 broken. Temperature 9er. Dew point 4. Altimeter 2998. Arriving and parting
Cool.
runways 10 left.
Better ATIS. 2998. And that altimeter, we'll do that up here on our standby as well. And just like that, we are ready to go. We'll come down here, we'll release that parking brake, we'll get that prop going into beta mode. And we'll flip a U-turn here and call for taxi. Easy as that. Switch to ground.
For Lima Echo Contact, LA Center 133.2.
There's Bill Ferrelli flying a Citation.
Good day.
At Portland ground, TBM 71 Tango Bravo Atlantic with Alpha for taxi.
The 71 Tango Bravo, Portland ground, thanks for Alpha, runway 10 left taxi via Alpha and Echo.
Alright, Alpha Echo to 10 left, 1 Tango Bravo. Alright, we'll come out here on to make a left turn on Alpha. But I think we were just sitting on Kilo right there. That was probably illegal. Oh well. Alright, clear. Taxi light before I forget. Even though I kind of already did forget. I like this scenery. I just picked up the Flight Beam Cape Portland PDX scenery, and it's looking pretty darn good.
For Juliet Romeo, contact NorCal approach 121.3.
Hey Dave, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you again. And I do too.
5 for Juliet Romeo, NorCal approach to Montreal, altimeter 3028 Information Hotel. Advise when you have it and say approach request.
I gotta make some sort of a banner for the stream that says
which approach? Yeah, let's,
where I'm flying, but we're going
the
Portland
localizer
to
or the RNF.
Portland to Spokane right now. Just taxiing out of Portland. You're just in time. But yeah, I should probably make something like that. Be handy. I haven't had a lot of time to look at the rain effects on this plane. Just haven't had the luck of flying into rain. So this is pretty cool.
Unfortunately, Romeo, clear direct Salinas, cross Salinas at or above 5,100. Clear the Yankee runway 28 left approach. Report a GEO inbound.
Alright, we're gonna hold short at Echo, which is not full length. Looking at the chart here. There's Alpha 6, we got one more to go. City group
Unfortunately,
flight,
5,100.
nice.
5,100.
Hope that flight went well, Dave. What airplane did you fly? Bonanza, nice. Good solid airplane there. Alright, let's grab tower. For 10 left, it'll be 18.7. Our departure frequency was, I believe it was 2435. And here is Echo. I hope. Tango. There's no... Oh, Tango. Sorry, I got one more. Whoopsie. No one saw that. Thought I overshot, but I did not. I undershot.
North Bend ground, Skyline 473 November. We have a 1 minute weather. We're over here off of Bravo, just southeast of general aviation ready to taxi.
470 November North Bend ground. Thanks for the weather. Any specific runway requests, Unique?
Yeah, we'll take 2-3 if available.
0 November runway 23 taxi via Bravo and Alpha, cross runway 13 on Alpha.
Okay, to runway 23 Bravo Alpha, cross 13 on Alpha, 0 November.
Alright. Portland Tower, TBM 71 Tango Bravo, short 10 left, Echo.
The 71 Tango Bravo Tower, flying runway heading, runway 10 left at Echo, cleared for takeoff.
For takeoff 10 left, Echo, runway heading, 1 Tango Bravo. Here we go, lights are on, squawk and altitude, frequency is set, we're ready to go, flap set. We got our heaters on, our probes. Inertial separator is going to stay on until we get out of this recip here. Flight director's good, autopilot's set. 10 left, identified. Firm. Alright. Throttle's in the flight range. Torque's up to 40. Engine appears stable. Let's go all the way. They're about 90 or so. That's where we're comfortable. There we go. Center line, a little bit of wind there. There's 85. Ooh, it's going to be a bumpy climb out today. My goodness, look at that. Positive rate out of runway gears coming up. Flaps up, yacht Emperor. Level change. That is way too low. Let's see if I can adjust.
No 1 Tango Bravo, contact departure.
Departure 1 Tango Bravo. Good lord. Gonna adjust the flight level change bug. There we go. I'm all over the darn place. Switch to departure. Portland departure TBM 71 Tango Bravo 2000, climbing 6000, runway heading.
71 Tango Bravo to departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 15,000.
15,000, 1 Tango Bravo. Autopilot's on. Gee whiz, that was a little sloppy. I gotta check that, I have to check the flight level change, what speed I left it at last time, before Rick Paps, thank you sir, 1 Tango Bravo. That's a nice one. Oh boy. Direct, Paps, direct, enter nav mode. Yeah, I gotta check the speed on the flight level change before takeoff, because that was a pain in the butt. In the real airplane, that would have been a simple just reach up and scroll, but man, with a mouse and my hands are all crossed up, and that was difficult. Alright, keep adding to that torque as we gain altitude. Keep that inertial separator on as we go through this layer here.
172 Mike Yankee Eugene Tower, make straight in runway 16 right, report a 5-mile final, altimeter 3017.
Okay, hard part's over. For now. Sync up the heading. I always like to do that. Keep the headings in sync with my direction, just in case any vector is assigned. During the Pilotedge event, I had that happen on numerous occasions. Turboprops were assigned the same routes as all the jets. So, obviously I'm a lot slower than most of the jets that were flying that day, so I got vectored around quite a bit, both on departure and arrivals. So having that heading bug there is a nice thing. Did you see what I posted regarding what my flight school, where? I probably did. Where'd you post that?
One Tango Bravo, contact Seattle Center 121.4.
21-4, 1 Tango Bravo. Where did you post that, Dave? Oh, if I didn't see it, I'll go look for it.
So the 3065, contact LA Center 124.62, good night. 24.62, Southwest 3065, take care.
Seattle Center TBM 71 Tango Bravo 9300, climbing 15,000.
TBM 71 Tango Bravo, Center comment, maintain flight level 230.
230, 1 Tango Bravo. Soul Blazer, welcome aboard, sir.
3515. 3555, Mike.
New to this style of game, but enjoying watching the stream. That's good to hear.
Good day.
You know, a lot of us will agree that the point of this game is to make it as far from a game as absolute possible. What you see here is pretty darn close to what you'd see in a real-world flight of this exact same aircraft, more or less, to the best of my knowledge. But yeah, the goal here is to keep it realistic and have a good time doing it, of course. But glad you're enjoying
Seattle Center TBM 9015,
enjoying the stream.
Mike 300.
Glad to hear it. Alright, we're getting above that layer, so we'll bring the inertial separator off. We'll back off of the torque just a little bit, because that inertial separator going off will cause it to rise, of course.
Bravo, Oakland Center, you on?
I did remember to hit record this time. So we will post this flight on the YouTube, hopefully.
Now 135.15.
Contacting center 21 Bravo.
There goes that torque, slowly creeping up. It always waits till I stop paying attention, then it starts to creep up on me, but there it is, up through 92, up 93, 4. Look at that. Big rise in the torque there. Or 8. Yeah, pretty
470 November, Bend Tower, runway 23 for
fairly uneventful flight so far. Up on our way to Spokane, Washington.
Center, what's that frequency again for Seattle Center? 21 Bravo.
2 Bravo 35.15, 35 and 15.
3515.
Hey, Soul Blazer, thanks so much for the follow, buddy. Really appreciate that. Welcome to the club. Glad to have you here.
Seattle Center, TBM 1121 Bravo, with you, flight level 300.
Oh, we got it with you.
112 Bravo Seattle Center, descend the pass description and maintain flight level 240.
Descend at pilot discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Contrary to the other night of flying at TBM,
196 for 2 Bravo.
we've got a nice tailwind today.
Mike, see your speed. 207 climbing, I can pick up the pace if you want. Or 5 Mike, maintain 210 greater in the descent. 210 greater in the descent, 5 Mike. The 21 Bravo, maintain 190 knots or less in the descent.
190 in the descent for 2 or less for 21 Bravo.
The 2 Mike Yankee, run 163, be line.
Soul Blazer, you may absolutely ask that. And it's honestly, it's a pretty difficult question to answer. I mean, there's a lot of different things that I enjoy about it, and I guess the real question would be, what do I enjoy about aviation? Because if you're a big aviation nut like myself, this is aside from flying a real airplane, this is one of the best things you can do to be more involved and to pursue that hobby. What I love about this game in particular is that it is at the moment it's one of the most accurate recreations of real world flying you can get on a computer. And it's I just love it for that very reason. I love that I can fly and kind of go on all these artificial adventures from right here at my desk. Fly new airplanes, fly to new places. You know, we've got, as you've probably heard, we've got a real life air traffic controller controlling us just as we would in the real world, which is pretty darn cool. Yeah, it's a tough question, but I love everything about it. I really do. Like any game, like any popular game, it opens you up to a pretty large community of people, especially with this online flying that we do here. Like I said, those controllers are all real people. The other pilots you hear talking are all real people. And it's really cool to be able to meet new people in this hobby through this simulator. Alright, nice tailwind today. Where am I flying to? So we just took off out of Portland, Oregon, and we're en route to Spokane, Washington, up in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. This is all real time. It's a 1-to-1 scale replica of the Earth here. You know, nothing shortened, nothing shrunk like in other games. This is full life-size, life-scale flight. This is exactly how long it would take to do in the real life. I like Dave's comment there. The freedom, the peacefulness, and the freedom.
06 Papa Alpha, Fresno clearance cleared to the John Wayne Airport, red vectors Lake Hughes as filed. Climb and maintain 7,000. Departure frequency is 119.6, squawk 3105.
Alright, as we pick up some airspeed here, we will keep an eye on that torque. It's going to come up a little. I did forget to turn off my landing lights. But yeah, we're going to get moving here. Pick up some airspeed. Our arrival time's going down pretty quick now.
North Bend departure, scaling 470 November 4,200 for 7,000.
473 November, Seattle Center, ready to contact. Alpha, monitor ground, have a good night.
Oh, no worries, Dave. I'll look at that. Where are you, Dave, are you talking about the Discord? If you're talking about the Discord, I don't see anything. But I'll check deeper. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it direct either. Soul Blazer, how long of a flight? So right now we've got about, oh, I'd say 30 or 40 minutes left at the most. Pretty quick flight here. Heavy storms, yeah, so that weather that we flew through is real world, real life, real time weather that is injected into the sim. So if you were to go look at the weather in Portland right now on your phone or whatever, that would all be there and that would be real. So, yeah. If there is a storm in real life, you'll see it, you'll see it. Scroll up, I put it on here in error. Yeah, I still don't see it, Dave. Maybe if I go...
For Julie Roman, thanks, contact moderate tower 118.4.
If you could just Discord it, that would probably be better. Yeah, just throw it in yeah, any one of the channels is fine.
For Julie Roman, contact moderate tower 118.4.
Yeah, Soul Blazer, it's a lot of fun. So it's, you can truly simulate real world flying in here to a pretty close level, which is cool. Look at that, guys. 70 knot tailwind. Pretty good. 372 over the ground. I'm gonna turn him up a little bit and then turn this down just a shade. There we go. A little easier on my ears. Alright, we can start briefing our approach to Spokane. We can grab the ATIS, get the weather in Spokane. This is going to be on 124325.
Contact Seattle Center 121.4.
So
21.4.
124.
The 2 Bravo, resume normal speed.
Resuming normal speed to Bravo.
325. That's good. That's in the standby, ready to go. Yeah, so we should be getting
TBM 915.
a descent here very shortly.
TBM 915, Mike Seattle Center, resume normal speed. Descend at pilot's discretion, maintain 2000, northbound altimeter 3010. Advise any other weather and safe approach request. PD down to 120 and we'll advise Mike.
And this is the only boring part of this. Are you able to look out the side window? Absolutely. So I've got my mouse here. You can look anywhere you want. And I'm sorry, my stream's a little buggy there. But yeah, you can look wherever. Let me try something here in just a sec, guys. Turn sync off.
806 pound Alpha Fresno ground, Roger.
Still
looking for
doing
taxi
it.
or West?
I apologize for that stutter, you guys, but yeah, you can look anywhere.
6 top pound for runway 29 left, taxi via
You can even do this.
Bravo 7, Bravo.
I'll turn it down a little here, and we can even do this. Here's what we're flying. So yeah, it's pretty incredible. Pretty darn incredible. We've got some special scenery. What kind of approach, Dave? Well, I'm not really sure yet. They haven't assigned us one. Hopefully we get an interesting one. Kind of fun. Alright, I got it now, Dave. I'll take a look at that. Huh. Jeez, Dave, that's crazy. Eight instructors, no kidding. That's a lot.
And Seattle 5 Mike, we got the weather. I'd like to request.
So I bet you we're in range.
UVR Bravo for 23.
Yeah, no problem. So feel free to ask questions. Yeah, this is a nice. Yeah, we're a little out of range there for the ATIS, but yeah, this is a very relaxing. I mean, it can be stressful at times, but it is what you make of it.
Would you like it from the VOR or from one of the feeders?
You know, if you want to just hop into a little tail dragger airplane and cruise around the coast, you can do that. You can do very relaxing stuff in here. For sure.
Direct O-line. Direct O-line, 5 Mike. Number 21 Bravo, Seattle Center 121.4.
21.4 or 21 Bravo.
War Thunder. I don't think I've ever heard of War Thunder before. But that's cool that you're checking out other online things. I guess it's kind of a must right now. We're all stuck at home. It's not the worst idea.
Seattle TBM 121 Bravo, flight level 240.
Before Julie Rome exit, left taxi to G African via Alpha. Seattle Center to Center Pilot's discretion, contain 2000, northbound altimeter 3010, advising you have the 1 minute weather and approach request.
21 Bravo has the weather and requesting the VOR Bravo approach for 23. 21 Bravo.
Let's see what kind of approaches we have there at Spokane.
And actually disregard. block.
Oh, a whole lot of them.
The 2 Bravo, just clear direct line.
Clear direct O-line, 2-1 Bravo.
Do a VOR approach. Have fun. We'll have to do a night of, you know, get into a smaller airplane, go down to Los Angeles and just do a bunch of fun approaches. That's always good fun. Yeah, let's take a look at that VOR approach. Oh, oh, it's an arc. That'd be kind of fun. What's your longest flight? Also, have you ever crashed? So, yeah, I've crashed. I've crashed doing dumb stuff and trying different things, but usually on flights like this where I'm on the network with air traffic control and taking it pretty seriously, no, I don't usually crash, so to speak, but my longest flight, let's see, one time I flew an airliner to Hawaii. I flew from like Sacramento, California to Hawaii, like Maui. That was probably my longest flight. So let's see, the VOR approach with the ARC.
1 Tango Bravo, take signal center 132.6.
32.6, 1 Tango Bravo. We'll check the wind for that VOR approach. Dave, maybe we can try it. Seattle Center, TBM 71 Tango Bravo 230.
There's 1 Tango Bravo, Seattle Center cross, Zoomer empty 10,000 from the Spokane altimeter center 83.
Alright, Zoomer 10,000, 1 Tango Bravo. Soul Blazer, no, I do not. Alright, Dave, now we get to use the VNAV. So we want Zoomer.
Correction, contact Cascade approach 11 enter 0.6.
10,000.
Okay, Cascade approach at 119.6.
Affirmative 19.6.
Okay, 19.6 for 0 November.
And I want to go at 1,500 feet a minute. Boom. VNAV.
But you might give affirmative, and I gave you a stock code, but I never got the read. Squawk 3730.
7 minutes. Alright, so let's check the winds at Spokane. 190.14. Yeah,
You're in the air. The first part of your transmission was broken. That is, I didn't hear the first part of it then. Departure frequency is 119.6.
Yeah, it looks like that that VOR approach, unfortunately, is going to put us on the exact wrong runway. There's a runway 21, and the winds are strong on a 190, so we're going to have to do something else, but we'll still probably request an approach. Let's see what they're doing. Let's check the ATIS here.
Approach Eugene altimeter 3004. Advise when you have the Corvallis approach request.
Few clouds at 3,800. 18,000 scattered. Temperature 6. Dew point -2. Altimeter 29 array 3. Arriving and departing runway 2126. Visual approaches in use. VFR departures, contact clearance, delivery, advice on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Reset all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information Gulf.
Oh, Dave, not at all. Yeah, feel free. Feel free.
International Airport. 8. Information Hotel. 025
Just changed.
Zulu. Wind 180 at 14. Visibility 8. Light rain. Few clouds at 1,500. Ceiling 3,200 broken. 10,000 broken. Temperature 4. Dew point 0. Altimeter 2984. Arrive arriving and departing runways 126. ILS runway 21 and our nub runway 26 approach in use.
There we go.
FR departure, contact clearance, delivery, advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Please back all the...
Yeah, Dave, absolutely. Feel free to do that. Any way you feel like you could get the channel out there, feel free. Yeah, so they're using some approaches now. They just updated the weather as I was checking it. So the wind will probably favor the ILS 2-1. We'll do the ILS tonight. We did the RNAV the other night in Half Moon Bay, so we'll plan for that. So now, which one is the question? Probably the Cat 1. Or ILS or local. Alright, here we go, yeah. This one. Cool. 111.1. You can never get stuff started too early. And we'll put it on nav 2 as a backup. Airport indicator is Kilo Golf Echo Golf. If you type exclamation point route in the chat, you can always get my airport codes, my routes for the stream. But yeah, Kilo Golf Echo Golf. There you go.
If I might make you cross O-line at about 5,300 feet, the VOR Bravo approach. Cross O-line at or above 5,000, cleared for the approach. 5 might make 5,300. 5,300, 5 might.
Alright, so we'll plan for that ILS 2-1. Yeah, the VOR approach did look pretty interesting. I'd like to try that at some point. I've done a DME arc for an ILS before, but never for a VOR approach. I would imagine it's probably simpler, actually. Don't have to worry about your localizers. 'Bout a little over 2 minutes till top of descent. We have the weather.
2 on Bravo across the O-line at or above 5,300, clearing the VOR Bravo approach.
Cross O-line at or above 5,300, cleared for the VOR approach.
And I'm just over here briefing the approach. Looking at all our frequencies, our approach course, altitudes, missed approach procedures, you know, all that good stuff.
The 6 Papa Alpha, it's 12575.
Yep. ILS 2-1 is what we're gonna do. There is the Cat 2, but we're just gonna do the. There's an ILS or localizer approach to runway 21, and that's the one they're gonna do. There should be 3 of them there. There's a Cat 2, and then there's a. Oh, sorry. There's a Cat 1. Okay, there's 1 minute till top of descent. I'm gonna lower my altitude. Oh boy. To 10,000. And then I'm gonna click VNAV. And there we go. VNAV is armed.
2 Mike 8, Eugene, Tower, runway 16 right clear for takeoff.
There comes the carrot. We're gonna intercept the carrot. Whoa, parking brake. Oh, I just hit it with my knee. Sorry, Mr. Question, there's Soul Blazer. If I could, yeah, probably I would. I'd probably like to be a real-life pilot before I'm a sim pilot for a living, unless that's what you meant. Alright, we'll pull that power back a little bit here. I need to overstress the airplane. Yeah, if I could fly airplanes for a living, I totally would.
During November, descend and maintain 5,000.
Okay, cool, yeah. I am playing with, I've got a stick over here and I've got a throttle on my right hand and then I've got a throttle on my left hand. Usually I have a yoke that looks just like this, but it started having some issues and I'm working on getting it replaced. So right now I'm using a stick and a throttle. That's why the VNAV's acting up a bit. It's like it's frozen or something. But yeah, I've also got, and I can show you in a little bit, I've got some panels in front of me with buttons and knobs and things that I can do outside of the computer to avoid having to use the mouse for everything. So like switching these radio frequencies, a lot of that I can do with a radio panel I have out here. I can control a lot of the autopilot with an autopilot panel I have, and then there's some other random things that I can do as well. So yeah, I've got all sorts of stuff. I'm pretty darn dedicated to this. My camera's camera's a little high. Aim that down just a tad. But yeah.
November 5, Mike, contact Northbound Tower 118.45. 1845, 5 Mike Mike.
So yeah, we're on a descent here into Spokane. Descending through 180, that's flight level 180. We'll have to adjust our altimeter. We'll do that now. 298.3 was the last assigned, but that was before the update to 84. We'll just stick it on 84.
TV Better 15, Mike, Northbound Tower 6 straight in, runway 23, clear land, wind 210. And 12, gust 21.
There you go. The VNAV has figured itself out now. Right on descent profile. Jump out of flight plan here. Oops. Why that map's having such big issues tonight. that's the wrong button. Darn it. There we go. Okay. Class cockpits are stupid. You know, I'm the kind of guy that likes a little bit of both. By the way, welcome, I guess I'll just call you Chicken, even though that seems kind of odd. Are you direct loose? No, not yet. I have not been assigned. How's it going, Chicken? Welcome. We're direct Zoomer. I'm technically on the Zoomer 1 arrival. 4 minutes out. Soul Blazer, we're actually a little further than that. That time is for our next waypoint. I know where you saw that. Technically about 10 minutes from the airport, but we're going to have to kind of fly out and around and get on this approach. So it's probably more like 15 or 20 minutes till we're on the ground at the most. Welcome aboard, Chicken CS, Chicken CS. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta fly the glass, man. It's too cool to resist. The capabilities are just impressive. But yeah, no, I'll do some steam gauge stuff too, don't you worry. Should be getting a handoff to approach pretty soon here. Probably in 20 miles or so. Now we're getting down to those clouds. Alrighty. We've got the ATIS. Our approach is pretty much briefed. And now we're just waiting for further instruction from ATC. What ATC am I using? I am on the Pilotedge network, Chicken CS. We're up in the Pacific Northwest. Just trying to learn the IFR procedure, so you're following the Zoomer arrival. Yes, so in our initial clearance, Dave, we planned for, let's see what it was. It was Paps intersection, which is way further behind us, and then direct Zoomer. So I actually bypassed those two. Bypass those two VORs and go direct Zoomer. So right now I'm direct Zoomer, and then I'll be on the Zoomer 1. But I'm sure I'm going to get a vector here, a vector for the approach, most likely. Yeah, Soul Blazer, I can do my best here while I've got time.
112 Bravo, North Bentar, circle straight in, runway 23 Glen.
So, Soul Blazer, if you're paying attention, so we'll start, I guess we'll start left to right. Right here is going to be our airspeed. The speed at which air is hitting the aircraft. That has nothing to do with our speed over the ground like a car.
Going around.
The whole screen is uses what's called synthetic vision. And that basically paints a picture of what we would be seeing. So like right now, we've got a cloud in front of us. I can't really see the ground in front of us. So this screen gives me the ability to see all the terrain that's in front of me if I was inside a cloud. This down here is...
It's a way to say just make a straight in approach. You don't need to actually perform the circle.
Airspeed, yeah, that's what I said, airspeed. I guess, yeah, indicated airspeed, you're right. Not true or calibrated or anything like that. Indicated airspeed. Here in the middle is the HSI that basically, to keep it simple, tells us what direction we're going. And it also gives us information about our GPS, our course, and such. That little blue thing I'm turning is called the heading bug. That's just kind of a marker to guide us in a certain direction if we ask it to. Over here on the right side, our altitude tape. Right now we're showing 10,000 feet above the ground. Or sorry, above sea level. Altitude above sea level, of course. Up top here, some frequencies. These are our navigation radio frequencies. Those are a little more complicated to explain. These are our communications frequencies. That's what we're using to talk to air traffic control as well as pick up the weather at the airport. Right here, the row of green icons is telling us what our autopilot is doing, basically. We're set in GPS mode. The autopilot is turned on. We've got our yaw dampener turned on, which has to do with the rudder. And we're holding at 10,000 feet. Up here in the magenta is just some information about our GPS, telling us the waypoints we're between, our distance to the next waypoint, as well as our BRG there. Here on the center screen, we've got all our engine information right here, much like a car. We've got our cabin pressurization panel here, our fuel quantities, electrical system, as well as flap and trim indicators.
Alpha Bravo.
Over here is essentially just a moving map. You can see this magenta line here is our course, our GPS course, and the route that we're following. It also gives us airports, airspaces, terrain, water, you name it. And then over here is just a mirror image of the screen that I'm looking at right here. Let's see, this guy is just a standby. In case any of the main three screens fail, you have this guy as a standby so that you can still fly the airplane safely. And that's about as much detail as I'm going to get into at this time, so I can focus on approach, but hopefully that gives you a little bit of a better idea of gangs. I don't see a gangs. Let's see, where's gangs? Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm direct gangs right now. I'm waiting for a handoff to approach.
2 and Bravo, Roger, cold north for a right downwind at 23.
So yeah, we'll keep following this arrival until we'll probably get a vector.
Number 0, number 5 heading 325 just for Magnet.
And we'll probably get a vector for that approach.
November 325. One Tango Bravo connects Spokane approach 123.75.
2375, 1 Tango Bravo. Hey, no problem, Soul Blazer. I Spokane approach TBM 71 Tango Bravo 10,000 Hotel, looking for the ILS 21.
Expect that fly heading 030 vectors for the approach, descend to maintain 6,000.
Okay, 030 down to 6,000 vectors for that approach, 1 Tango Bravo. Alright, just as I suspected, we are given a vector. So now basically the air traffic controller is going to guide us around and hook us up with an instrument approach into the airport, because there are some low cloud ceilings over said airport. We're going to bring that power back, hit some turbulence here. As you can see, the plane bouncing around. So we're going to want to go a little slower through that as to not damage the airframe. Now that we're on a heading, I can mess with the HSI down here, get everything tuned up for the approach. So I can switch it over into localizer 1. We're going to adjust our course. Our course for this ILS approach is going to be, where did it go? Gosh darn it. Got to pull it up again. Stand by. ILS 21. 212 on the course, so my course is right here, 212. Getting that
So
set up.
730 is clearance clear to the Long Beach
Thanks,
Airport,
Dave.
Check 3 departure.
212, the frequency is set and it is identified.
Squawk is 7173.
So we're basically flying in parallel, the opposite direction of the runway now. Getting vectored around for that approach. Down to 200 knots, that feels a little better. In and out of the clouds here. This is why we're on instruments.
6 Papa Alpha, contact LA Center, 125.27, good flight.
Those landing lights on. I could fire up some turbulence, you're right.
2 Bravo, Roger, still clear to land.
He's a little busy. I know in the real world it'd be a good idea, but if the controller is busy, I don't like to bother them with too many PIREP related things. Spokane approach 1 Tango Bravo, just a little PIREP for you, below 8,000, moderate turbulence.
2 Bravo, Roger.
A PIREP is a pilot report. Basically any condition, you know, icing, turbulence, things that make sense to warn, you know, you can let air traffic control so they can warn other aircraft in that area, you know. Let's say a big, heavy 747 airplane reports moderate to heavy turbulence. Those moderate turbulence in the 747 are going to be quite extreme if you're flying something like, say, this TBM here. So it's good to know where that stuff is. Air traffic control, that's the only real way they can get all that quickly. All right, there's 6,000. As we were told, the field elevation is a 2300, pattern altitude 3385. Our minimums for this approach, actually I better get that into the GPS here just as a backup. Procedures, gosh darn it. Approach. ILS-21. Vectors. Minimums are, I'll turn them, gosh darn it. Alright, I gotta turn this off for a second. What the hell? That was kind of weird. Yeah, chicken CS, this is X-Plane.
There are 2 Bravo, text going to be Al Bravo this frequency.
Alright, and they're 2546.
November 08, number flight 290, join the Victor 23 to Maggot. Cross Maggot at or above 3,000, cleared the VOR runway 17 approach, report at low inbound.
Okay, cross Maggot at or above 3,000, cleared the VOR 17 approach and report inbound 0 November.
There we go. It only took me a second. Yeah, you know, that was finicky at first, chicken, but it is going to pay off later on. There's no way to set those, not a great way to set those minimums if you don't have glass or if you don't have any system like that. Alright. Hope I didn't miss anything. Our next frequency will probably be with tower 18.3. Six-pack with a GTN. Yeah, that's a nice combo there. It's a good mix. Alright, just passed below the glide slope. We should be getting our turn here pretty soon. Six back and a 430, nothing else required. Agreed. Shenanigans, welcome aboard, sir. How you doing? Set the standby altimeter.
Tango Bravo, turn right. Heading 120, just to maintain 5,500.
120, say again that altitude, 1 Tango Bravo.
1 Tango Bravo, 5,500.
5,500, 1 Tango Bravo. Down 500 feet.
1210 Alpha San Jose clearance. There are tech routes available for that flight, so I'll have you go ahead and look up the chart supplement.
I'm going to bring the power back here quite a bit, start getting slowed down for approach. There's 5,500.
And never rely on SimBrief. SimBrief is not a reliable source to plan.
You tell them.
Your best bet is to go look at the FAA preferred route database.
That's funny.
Or the chart supplement, especially flying in the NorCal or the Southern California TRACON. There's
Six back without a 430 is technically all you need.
Must be followed.
Alright, get nice and comfortably slowed up here.
1 second. November 1, Bravo finding 180, join the localizer, sir.
180, join the localizer, 1 Tango Bravo. Alright,
You're off to say again?
join the localizer, we shall. But he did not say clear for the approach, so we cannot descend.
You can Google for the
He has
FAA
only given
chart
us
supplement
lateral
or
guidance.
the FAA preferred routing database, the NDFC database. We'll also have that for the NorCal and SoCal. Is also the My Flight Route page, but that's only for Southern California tech routes, not for Northern
Pretty
California.
bumpy coming in here to Spokane, it's fun. Alright, looking for movement on that needle.
November
Tray
1,
table's
Tango
up,
Bravo,
that's right.
10 miles to Loose, correction, 10 miles to Stigio, main 5,500 till established on the localizer, clear the ILS runway 21 approach.
Alright, 55 till established, cleared ILS 21, 71 Tango Bravo. Cool. So once we're established, we can descend. Which will be when we catch the glide slope, of course. Here we go. 180 on that heading, 5,500. Here comes that localizer. We will go into, we'll give it a little more. Localizer mode. And now we will intercept. Now we're waiting for the glide slope, and here it comes. Looks like the autopilot overshot it a little bit. Roughly, yeah, about 13 miles out. Exactly. Alright, we will arm the glide slope. Here it comes. Oh shoot, altitude. Glide slope's captured. It would have stayed right there. Alright, so if you look very closely, you will see a runway inside of this little green pointer here. That means we're pointed directly at the runway. And that's what we like to see. The beauty of synthetic vision and glass cockpits. And now I can see the runway out the window. The power back here. Get ready to introduce first notch of flaps. If you look really closely, hey, what if I was in a cloud right now? I'd be able to see the runway. I totally know what you mean, man. First notch of flaps.
Tango Bravo, Cadex, Spokane Tower, 118.3.
Switching to tower, 1 Tango Bravo. Beauty. Spokane Tower, TBM 71 Tango Bravo, ILS 21.
TBM 71 Tango Bravo, Spokane Tower, 21 clear to land, wind 170 at 14.
Put a land 21, 71 Tango Bravo. Sweet. Minimums are set. Oh boy. I just clicked the parking brake again with my knee.
Ground, Southwest 2303, just pushed back from gate 29, taxi for takeoff with Echo.
So the 2330, San Jose ground runway 30 arrived.
Yep, yaw damper
right,
off.
taxi Zulu Alpha 1.
So right now the autopilot's still on, so keep the yaw damper on.
right, via Zulu Alpha 1.
But usually I wait until autopilot's off, flaps full, gear down, close to the runway, somewhat close to the runway, then I throw that yaw damper off. That gives you the smoothest ride possible for as long as possible for your passengers and such. Minimum's 2,546 feet. We're nice and slow here, approach speed. Could be a little faster, but it's good practice. If we couldn't see the runway right now, we would not want to be hauling in there. You get close and you hit minimums, you gotta go missed. You want some time to think, because there's not gonna be much, I'll tell you that. So best not to be flying in there. No pun intended. We're right at the top of our flap speed here, which is perfect, so we can just pull that power back just a little bit when we're ready for full flaps. Yeah, chicken, I don't know. I'm curious to see what it's going to be like. I'll sure as heck buy it, try it, and all that, but I would like to see a lot more, and I'm sure there will be, but third-party add-ons and developers, you can only fly for so long with default airplanes. Alright, there's pattern altitude. We can go flaps full and get the landing gear down. It's coming.
November, there is no traffic as due between core ballast radio services are terminated. For cancellation of IFR or missed approach on this frequency change of 10.
Wow, look at that ground speed, guys. 87 knots. Coming in like a 172. Yeah, I've heard that, but I've also the only ones I've really heard of are like PMDG and such, which I don't really fly a whole lot of airliners, but built-in stores. See, that would be kind of nice if you could just buy stuff and install stuff directly from the sim. That would save a lot of trouble. Alright, I'm going to kick that autopilot off, and we'll get the yaw damper off as well.
Clearance delivery November 7436 Romeo, give me a 200 request IFR to San Francisco route.
A2A. If they have A2A, I'm sold.
New route, advise when you're ready to copy.
Like, no questions asked, I will go right over there.
Ready to copy number 7436 Romeo.
Like, if the aircraft are... If the available aircraft are equivalent or close to equivalent of X-Plane, yeah, I'll probably do it, but that's a lot, that's a big ask. Alright, gear down, flaps full, clearance received, landing.
Direct Modesto.
Real bumpy approach here. This is...
Modesto, Niner,
This is not me doing all this, this is the weather.
Climb and maintain 14,000. Departure frequency 19.2.
Minimums.
Squawk
Continue.
2353.
Stable enough. And power back a bit here. We're a little fast, but I'd like to be fast when we're getting knocked around like this. Power's idle. Oh boy.
Airspeed.
That took a lot. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Number 7436 Romeo.
Bad landing.
36 Romeo 2353.
Alright, dancing on those rudder pedals, and we've got
San
reverse.
Francisco, where Reno 9 departure. Direct.
Yeah, sure did, Dave. Gee whiz.
9 arrival, climb and maintain level 140. Departure frequency 109.2, squawk 2353, number 7436 Romeo.
36 Romeo, read correct.
Let's see what taxiway we're gonna make here. We'll make Golf 3. Go over to Signature. Good deal. Alright boys, it is not over. Flight number 1 is just about over.
San Jose Tower, Southwest 2303 is short of 30 right, ready for
There's
departure.
Signature right there.
Southwest 2303 San Jose
What's
Tower,
up?
30 right cleared for takeoff.
Landing light off,
takeoff, 30
strobe
right.
off.
Southwest 2303.
Yeah, the glass cockpit doesn't do taxiways, and that's the same thing in real life, actually. If you've ever seen a video of the TBM, or any synthetic vision for that matter. That tower at 71 Tango Bravo was clear Golf 3 going right there to Signature.
One take about taxi ramp via Golf this frequency.
Golf this frequency 1 Tango Bravo. Cool. That was fun, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spokane. Local time is, I'm pretty sure it's 8:40. I could be wrong though. 8 or 9:40. Exit light off. Alright, parking brake, get the probes off. Go back to flight idle. Let's get the autopilot trims coming off. Oh, sorry, bleed. Auto. AC bleed off. Now we can kill the power. Nav lights off. Ignition.